Good morning, good afternoon, good evening across the country, around the world. Welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. Heavily modified. Again, we are running at 1.3.1 now, so there's still a few mods that aren't 100% there, like Real Shoots isn't there, and some of the USI, the Umbra Space Industry stuff isn't there. Although Rover Dude is aware and he's looking at it, and I'm not sure about Real Shoots, and there's another 6 or so others that aren't compatible, but I think everything's going to run. So, we have 2 missions we're going to actually start tackling in this episode. One is the manned orbit for 72 hours. It's looking for Mersby's Hulk, because he was up there, but they're not anymore. So, I think once we launch another one, it'll default to that. So, it's set for 72 hours, but... 72 hours, yes. This says 11 days, because the Kerbin day is only 4 hours long. So, we have... it's gonna reset to 12 days. I mean, once we get a new ship up in the air. Yeah, this Mersby's Hulk should wipe out, and honestly, what's his face would not have survived that long, not technically. So we're gonna launch somebody into orbit and leave them there, because it's gonna take them 12 days to complete this mission, and we're gonna also do the the moon landing of a probe. So first off, let's get somebody into orbit with some life support stuff. And that should be a mod that is fully functioning. I think that's a mod that's fully functioning. So, Mark 1 command pod. Right away, let's see. EVA, life support. Food. Supplies. Food, oxygen, and water, where some just have food. But I think if we do supplies... Oh, no, that's just a little too big. 1.25. That might be good. And the other one is 0.65. Ah, so maybe we'll do that little guy. And how is that looking? What does that get us for? For 35 days. So that's plenty of resources there in that little capsule there. That's going to be plenty there. So that's going to keep the guy happy and alive and whatnot for a while. To make sure that he stays powered, we're gonna slap a couple up. There they are. Say, where'd they go? A couple of these guys on the side here, just to make sure. That's gonna be it. We're not gonna do any science. We're not gonna do anything else really, because we don't need to. We'll give it a small bat. Oh, actually, isn't there a smaller one? Whoa. Yeah, that one that gives us more power. 800, 200. It's just a smaller package. I think it just looks better. Well, I mean, even though obviously the resolution gets a little fuzzier, but I think it looks better. So there's that. Yes. And then, of course, yes, because Real Shoes isn't there. It's not, there's no parachute tab, but they are there under utilities. Oop, there's that guy. Yeah, there's nothing to click on for that. Pity. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, crew. So, yeah, we now have Mersby. He's a new guy. Let's see. Jeb is 1 star. We're gonna put Valentina instead, because she needs to kind of level up a bit. Although, if it's only Valentina, we might also want. Yeah, we're gonna give it a little more power. Yeah, and because that's a lot of junk on there, I am also going to give it a couple of these guys. Maybe just one. There, just one. So those guys, those 2 will deploy at the same time. They might be a little off-center, but it'll be okay. But, let's see. Anything concerning? On first stage, yeah, I know. Generated but not used. That's okay. Cannot transmit. Unused mod. Oh yeah, we don't need this. Goodbye. Check life support. It's fine. It's right there. You'll be fine. Right? Yeah, 35 days. There's enough. There's 1 day of electricity, and we'll recharge every orbit. So we'll be just fine. Yes. Yeah. This should be fine as far as that stuff there, I think. Yeah, hopefully that works out. I've never played with life support, so this is my first endeavor with that. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see now. Let's go ahead and get nope, not that little baby one. We'll get the bigger one. There we go. The big heat shield, or the 1.25 heat shield on there. And this is the capsule that we will send up to long-term orbit. And we'll just build out a rocket underneath it. And we've all seen this. So I think this is the part where I'll probably go into a time lapse, and I'll see you on the launch pad. And here we go with the speed build. We got a little body underneath with the Terrier. The long FL, I think it's a 1200. I'm not sure if that's stock or I think it's a mod from something. I like it. It's kind of cool. It looks like a SpaceX like Falcon 9 main body piece. But pretty straightforward build. Oh yeah, I add a probe core and some antennas because I thought I was going to need to recover that from orbit, but I ended up not having enough delta V and it just pops back down anyway. But there it is, speed build for the long duration, orbital duration Mark 1. Just checking all the things, making sure everything was happy. I was a little paranoid, so did lots of checks. Here we go on the pad. Alright, now that that's all complete, we're ready to go launch Valentina into orbit for a 12-day durational flight. Yeah, this one thinks it's Mirsby's Hulk, but it's not. Yeah, oh, we have to get into orbit. That's right. It won't register or do anything until we get there. So T, Z. We've got, well, you saw what I built, and we talked about it. I'm sure I talked about it during the time lapse. Check staging. Yes. Separate. Yes. And then separate there. Separate there in ignition. Separate there. And all the parachutes are, yeah, we're going to try to recovery. I'm not sure if the stage recovery is going to work. I think that's a mod that hasn't quite been updated yet, but we're going to try it and see. All right. Full throttle and release. And yeah, that's climbing up a bit steep, or a bit quickly, but that's okay. I suppose pretty soon we'll have to time-lapse these launches as well, because they're getting to be a little, I don't want to say ordinary, but they're getting to be regular. We'll go ahead and get Maneuver Planner standing by as well. And there's 100 meters per second. Start pitching over. Pitching over. Come on. Get that over there. Get that prograde moving. There we go. Alright. So Valentina is on her way into orbit. I think, did she go? No, I think Jeb went earlier. Valentina did something else. I can't remember at this point. Up, 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 and away. Oop. Almost missed that transition there. But yeah, I used the longer fuel tank, the T1200, which I'm not sure where it came from, but I like it. I'm not sure if it's, I don't think it's stock, given just the look and feel of it. I really don't think it's stock, but I like it. It's cool. It's another, it's a little, I think it's a little bit SpaceX-y. Huh, that's fun. That sounded like space sexy. No, it's a little bit, it looks like a SpaceX Falcon 9 first stage, because that's tall and slender and just white. I like it. Alright, so we're going up. This is a fairly steep ascent. I'll wait till we're like at 30. And this is not very equatorial either, so it's not as efficient as it could be. Ah, good. They did recover. Excellent. I'll check those later. Alright, so we're getting up there. Yeah, we're gonna let's just go, like, horizontal. Perhaps a little bit 90 as well. There, hold it there, buddy. Hold it there. We are exiting the atmosphere. That's great. We're gonna go for, like, let's say 100 kilometers, just because that seems like a nice spot. Oh good, this stage will fall back. I don't have to control it. Awesome. I added the probe core and everything to it. I didn't need to. Interesting. Good to know. Oh yeah, because it is smaller. Usually I put the two bigger ones. Okay, 90 kilometers. Actually, you know what? We'll live with 90 kilometers, and that guy will return. That's fine. So we're going to ask MechJeb Maneuver Planner to circularize. Awesome. We can go ahead and Activate that engine, except let's stop that. Let's do this again. Create the node, there we go, and execute. So now we just let MechJeb do its thing. Yay for the the mighty powers of MechJeb. And this amount of fuel is probably a bit overkill, but it's plenty for what we're doing. Let's see, where's that last stage that I dropped off? Oh, there it is. And it'll fall away enough, and I'll recover that. How's life support? Cool, life support should be just fine. And then while we have Valentina in orbit, we'll build and send our probe to the moon. And there we go. We now have Valentina in orbit. So let's see. Yeah, it's... Oh! Interesting. Oh, so for some reason it wants it to be Mersby's Hulk. But now I've got somebody else in orbit, and it's counting down. That's interesting. Let's see, what does Capcom say about this? Active. Orbit, Mersby's Hulk. Interesting. No vessel currently matching parameters, and yet I do, and it is... So that's weird. This should work. It's counting down, so to me that says it's working. We'll check back in 11 days and 3 hours, etc., etc. In fact, we can Kerbal alarm clock. Add raw alarm for orbital mark. Time. Let's go with just 12 days. Add the alarm. We've got that alarm there, so that'll pop up when it's time. So we can more or less ignore this guy, or Valentina, because she's there. She looks super happy, but she's got plenty of food, and electricity is there, so everything should be fine there. You got some solar panels on you, so you're getting power, right? Your power is still, yeah, 100%. Awesome. Oh yeah, and we recovered those 2 stages for some money. Yay. Good. Ooh, awesome. So, there we are. Valentina is in orbit. This guy still hasn't fallen back yet. Oh well. Anyway, back to the Space Center to launch a moon probe to the moon. A moon probe lander. So she's, like I said, she'll be in orbit, and that should be fine. Although I'm curious, let's see. Are you still... So it's not counting down here. Oop, but... it's counting down here. Interesting. So there's some weird disconnect. I might have to force it complete. There's a mod I had for that. I might still have it. We'll see. Anyway, so, moon landing. Let's see, what is that one? Nope, moon landing. Probe, transmit or recover. Moon surface, any, transmit or recover. Awesome. So, let's build a mini moon probe. It's not going to land. It's not going to, well, it's going to land on the moon, sorry. It's not going to come back. I could, but I kind of want to put one there and leave it there, because that would be fun. No, let's just go ahead and make something brand spanking new. What do you have? You have more things? Oh, you can do more things. We'll try the newer, the bigger SETI probe stack. Let's get you up here, though. Boop. Alright, so that's still a small thing. It's not very big, but it'll do. It'll certainly do. This will be a similar build to the last thing we did. That. Let's give it... What is this? Capacitor bank. Interesting. Let's give it also, because there's no command module, let's give it just a little more of control with rotational wheels. And then I think then we want to put science on it and land all that stuff. So underneath that, we want to go with some sort of adapter to utility to the quad core, and then we slap some science on there. So let's see, we can do that. Press mat. We can do the magnetometer. We can do science junior. What's the last one? Solar particle. Nope. So we'll do 2 science juniors because science juniors are always good to have a couple to repeat. We will give it a couple. Actually, no, not there. Although, actually, I'm sorry. I sound like some friends that are obnoxious that do that. We're gonna give it a seismic scanner because I don't think I have that in anything. No, don't have that there. RPWS scan set. No, sorry. Electricity. Let's give it some. Are you bigger? Oh, you're huge. No, the regular size ones. Just. Oh. Excuse me. Just a couple solar panels there. That should be good. And we'll wrap all this in a fairing. Yes. So underneath that, we will do something like this and a terrier. And honestly, something like this will have plenty to land on. I mean, it's got decent thrust to weight, poor surface, but on the moon, that's a ridiculous amount of surface thrust to weight stuff. So not worried about that at all. That can land and survive just fine. So, but when it's going to land, we're going to need, well, it needs legs to land on. Let's give it 4, just because it makes me feel better to have 4. And there's plenty of separation there. And this will be what ends up landing on the moon. Oh, that's something I'm forgetting. Antennas. We'll just give it, whoa, not that many. Two of those guys. Yes. Yes? Yes, 2 of those like that. Kind of at a, they're kind of, I know, at a weird angle to things, but that'll be fine. Communitron, DMTS M1s. Extend. Yeah. That'll work. Retract. Cool. So then we have antennas. Let's see. What does this say? Missing ladder. Well, nobody's getting on, so that's fine. There's no crew. It's just a probe. Good. So there's that. Awesome. So under that, of course, we'll put a coupler, and yes, and that should separate just fine. Well, it makes me a little nervous, but it should separate just fine. Under that, we're going to give it so this needs to land and get there. It costs about 800 or some odd to depart. It costs a few hundred to break and a few hundred more to land. So I want to save this for more maneuvering there. Let's see if we do something like this with a Terrier. What's that look like for thrust to weight? Delta V. Delta V is actually pretty good. Thrust to weight's weak, but Delta V is pretty good. So this will be for finalizing circularization at Kerbin and our departure to the moon. I want to save this for mostly landing. Yes. 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 Okay, good. So after that, let's see. Let's stack decoupler. And again, we're going to go with, because I think they're cool looking, one of these big guys here. And as long as it is a, well, it's a swivel for the maneuverability, that's going to give us still decent thrust to weight, or surface level thrust and thrust to weight. So that, and plenty of delta V. Awesome. So we'll slap on a few side ones on here, and I'll see you on the launch. Oh yeah, and a fairing. I'll do that now in time-lapse speed build, and I'll see you on the pad. And again, a similar layout to that last one with the longer center core there, and of course the fairing up top. That ended up not deploying that well. You'll see that in a few minutes. But then the similar build for satellites and things like this. I'm really liking this setup. I mean, you could go more SpaceX-y with one long thing and and quote recover it, but that's not necessary in KSP. It just makes things easy, I guess, do it this way. And there we are again, double checking, making sure. I was a little paranoid that I wouldn't complete the contract, but we do. All right, we got our lander probe inside the fairing there, and I think we're ready to go. Delta V is good. All the thrust weights are decent. Not the strongest, but decent. At least surface level thrust, but that'll pick up once we get going. We've got a lot of time to burn these lower stages out before we get up high enough to use the terriers. So we should be okay. Check yo staging, as Scott Manley always says. Ignition, release, second one, separate, separate, ignition, fairing, separate, ignition, and these are the recovery parachutes. Cool. What is this? Oh, I finally recovered that other part. Yay. Okay, T. Z. Ooh, more things. I put the other SETI probe thing on there. All right, let's go. And because this big fairing, we'll have to be a little more gentle with our pitch over. Again, we're starting off a little fast. I'm going to have to watch this counter here to make sure I engage that middle engine early enough. Last time I almost missed it. Oopsie. But we're at 100, so let's start pitching over gently because of that big bulbous nose. Come on. A little more, because our last ascent was steep. That should do it. Alright, 6, 5. We'll cut it in at 3. There we go. I do kind of like doing that with that middle stage cutting in the while the lower stage is still burning, or the two side stages are still burning. And again, this is still a little steep. Interesting. Perhaps my burning of the center stage while the other two outside stages are still burning is kind of what generates that. I don't know. MechJeb utilities. Oh, right. Let me get orbital information and planet. I don't know why they don't stay. Auto deploy solar panels. Okay. Too bad there's no auto deploy for other stuff. Okay. And again, this is a bit of a steep trajectory. But we're okay for the moment. Once we get up to like 30, abort. Once we get up to like 30, we'll kick it over horizontal. We got another 30 seconds on this stage, so that's good. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna slide you over or horizontal, my friend. Just to get a nice circular-ish orbit. There we go. Not quite horizontal, so we'll keep our apoapsis climbing. It's slowly climbing, which is fine. I mean, we're going to spend a little more time in the atmosphere that way. Let's drop it down to 10 degrees off horizontal. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we're still in the atmosphere burning a Terrier engine with this big nose cone here. Let's go ahead and... Oh, that's interesting. There we go. I had to spin them separate. Wow, that was, whoa, interesting. Prograde. Good, so we're exiting the atmosphere, which is good, which is good, which is good, which is good. Let's get it up to like 80, and then we'll just hit circularize. Oops, kind of. Minor oops. 80. Clear that. Circularize. Create. Execute. There we go. And as soon as we're out of the atmosphere, I'll extend the antennas because we're going to want them. Because it's just a probe. But of course, it's when the time warp's going to kick in too. Yep, I beat it. Or it beat me. Poop. That's fine. This will be pretty quick. Because that... There we go. Extend. And you extend. Interesting looking probe body there with the antennas flaring out there like that. Oh well. Yeah, so the feet kind of held things that I might need to open them when I separate this guy. We'll see. This will be enough to circularize. I thought I'd have more of this to get me there. Although I'll have a few hundred, so it shouldn't be horrible, but it's not going to be great either. And camera change. And we are in orbit. Awesome. Okay, good. Quick save, please. And out of curiosity, is this one still running? Yeah, clock's still counting down. So, there's our blue orbit. There's the moon. Set as target. And, ooh, we're actually coming up on moonrise. We can probably do it here. What is this? Oh, and I wonder if I get rid of Mersby's Hulk, if it'll switch to orbital duration Mark 1. I don't know. Let's see. Ab maneuver, prograde here-ish. We'll see if that encounters the moon. It might not. It might be too soon. Yeah, I was too late? No, a smidgen too soon, I think. There we go. There's a moon encounter. Way out there? That's weird. That's a longer encounter that gives us a little more flexibility. Is there one that gets us closer? Yes. Doing it later gets us much, much closer, which is good. There. That's what we'll do. So that'll take staging in the middle. That's okay. Execute. That's going to be in... Ooh, yeah, coming up in 9 minutes. So that's coming up pretty soon. Wait, is this burning me? Oh, no, it's fine. I thought it was going to burn me, like, in toward the planet, but it doesn't. Good. All those stages were recovered. We'll collect that later. Oh, yeah, this has ended up being mostly a prograde burn. Awesome. But again, we will have to stage. No, I'll do it manually. Although, I'm going to extend the landing legs just in case. Just in case they kind of hold in the fairing here. Hopefully not. I mean, the tiger stripes, caution stripes are kind of clipping through the landing gear there, but I think we'll be okay. We'll see what happens when we stage. Ay, ay, ay. Stretching out. I'm going to trust MechJeb to complete this maneuver. Oh, here comes the staging. Good luck to us. Oh, good. It all burnt off just fine. In that case, then we can retract these guys for now, just because it looks kind of silly to have them extended. Just as long as we don't forget to retract them later. Or extend them later. And, okay, come on. There we are. On our Munar encounter trajectory. Whoa, that's doing all kinds of weird things. That's fun. Quick save. Yeah, that's going to be fine. 139 kilometers. So we're going to go ahead and warp here. And it's doing all kinds of weird things because yeah, that's fun. I'm on a escape trajectory from Kerbin. Yep, and there goes the Mersby one. Well, the other one. It's counting down. Good. Okay. I wonder if I delete or demolish, get rid of whatever the Mersby's Hulk, if it will be happy or if it will freak out and I'll have to start all over again with somebody. I hope not. I would think not, but you never know. Okay, let's just come on, get all the way there, and the clock is counting down. Yes, yes, good. Little more. Okay, let's time warp past it. Eek! Okay. So there's our orbit of, or there's our pass past the moon. Add a maneuver to get into an orbit. Whoa. Boop. Alright, so there's an orbit, and that's only going to cost 142. To get a lower orbit, it's going to cost 200 and some odd, right? Yes. Okay, but while we're doing it, might as well drop our periapsis down somewhere nice. Something like there. What is that? 43? No. We want something lower. Like, we'll go with 15 kilometers. Perfect. There we go. Still lots of juice in the tank. And execute. Go, magic mech jeb maneuver planner, go. Is this still an escape? It's still an escape trajectory, though. Wow. Well, not after this, but this line is. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I haven't changed it yet. Doi. And this got me close enough I didn't really have to fine-tune it too much. I could have fine-tuned it lower, but I didn't really feel a need. And orbital. And low orbital periapsis, with still 1250-ish meters per second left. Excellent. And periapsis, add maneuver to lower the apoapsis down just a bit on the other side. What are you, 28? Let's get it down to about circular. 15. That'll do. I'll take that and execute that. At this point, MechJeb kind of becomes just a tool. You just use it to do what you want, kind of like a flight computer. Hopefully we are, yeah, we should be receiving. Yes. And still counting down. Good. Oh, it's jumping. That's cool. Yeah, it's jumping to, nope, but to a relay. Yeah, it was. That's cool. But they're just clutter that's annoying. I don't need that. All right, and because we're here and we're on the daylight side and we're receiving a signal barely, kind of barely, a little bit, not really. It's occluding a little bit through the planet, and that I think is a little bit cheating. Quick save. So we're gonna land this guy on the moon. Something like that, in a crater or something. Focus on the moon. There we go. So it'll still be just barely on the day side. Actually, you know what? Not here. Let's try to land in this crater here. We have full control, right? Let's do it. We are over that crater? No, we're coming up on that crater. Landing gear down. Yeah, we're coming up on that crater, and we still have full control. If we need to, the signal's going to bounce. That's how I'm going to justify this. So T, retrograde, and let's just start. Well, let's see. Are we over that crater yet? Not quite. Let's time warp just a smidge. Oh, good. And signal gets to be correctly, you know, not actually clipping through the planet. So I'm okay with that. So let's try to land here. So we're no longer orbital. So there's different ways, different methods, different thoughts and whatnot of how to land on a moon or a planet with no atmosphere. You could, like what I did just now, and kill the whole bunch of our horizontal, our orbital velocity. Now we'll start dropping, and that will turn into vertical velocity. You can see that on surface info. Whoa. Yeah, surface speed, vertical speed. Our vertical speed is increasing, and our retrograde marker will slowly move up to the sky because we're pointing at the sky because we're falling. But I do want to land. Yeah, we'll land in this crater. I think I'm actually going to kill just a little more of our horizontal velocity, which again will cause us to fall a little bit faster. Yeah, plenty of delta V for what we're doing here. Kill that. For manned missions, typically Minmus is actually easier to go to because its gravity is lighter. Like, I thought I could build this in, oh, there might be space, there might be fuel if I were to hop to another biome. At this point, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to try because I don't think there will be. And mission stuff, that's great. Actually, we got time to look at this stuff. What are you? Recovered, yay. Suborbital spaceflight above the moon, yay for money and a little bit of reputation. Alright, so we're dropping. I'm going to go ahead and time warp just a little bit because why not? Alright, surface mode. Alright, so we are about 5 kilometers true over the ground here, which is conveniently kind of nice. Oh, okay, ground scattered, that's good. So this gives me an impact in 20 seconds and a full burn, suicide burn of 6 seconds. But we're going to slow things down even more and make sure that doesn't happen. Nice and gentle. And you have to be careful because we're set retrograde. If I kill the speed altogether, retrograde will move around. The vessel will start flipping around. You want to keep it under control. Alright, so we're at 1.5. We need to kill a lot more speed. At least a bit more speed. Okay, 30 is not bad. Oh, jeez, the game paused for it's like, no. Don't break on me. And we're watching this true altitude, not this altitude. Although, we could try to find our shadow, which is like directly below us. Not as useful as it could be. But a shadow is a good indication of where you are. Okay. Yeah, so we're pretty much falling straight down now, which is fine. We're going to land. That's what we wanted to do anyway, right? We want to come down landing somewhere below 6 meters per second. Boop. That was a little rougher than I intended, a little rougher than I normally like to land, but we did it, and we survived. And we completed the mission. Oh, well, we completed that portion of the mission. Oh, no, that was a milestone, wasn't it? Yes. So for the mission, do we actually have to recover or transmit an experiment? Go away. Just do it. Do all the things. Do all the things. 7 things. Awesome. Magnetometer, transmit. I do wish this would set up here. They added some settings for this. I wish there was a way to change the placement for this. And there we go. Now, by transmitting the magnetometer, we completed the mission and got all the monies. Let's transmit atmospheric. Done. Get rid of you. Don't need you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Transmit that. Woo! 80 science. That's awesome. What's our power like? Power is great. Power's still doing pretty good. Good. Let's keep this open, actually. Another seismic scan? It feels like I did that already. Yeah, now it's sucking up the juice. Let's do... I feel like I just did that. Yes, I know. It's gonna kill it. That's fine. Transmit it. Oh, they did open up all 4 of them, so it's gonna do the science thingy twice. Or the material study twice. That's fine. We can send you again. Yes. It says this. I don't think I'm going to get that much. I'm not going to get the full 5 science added. Yeah. I just did this. That's weird. That's letting me do it multiple times, even though it's only on there twice. There must be a glitch with that. Data received. Yeah. Interesting. So, that's weird. I don't know why it does that. Again, must be a glitch with it. And that used it. Wow, we were just about done with all of our electricity. So there we go. We have a probe on the surface of the moon in, I think, the Munar Farside Crater. Is that what it is? Let me see. I didn't look. Toggle torque. Sorry, log temperature. Yes, the Munar Farside Crater. Because we are here. Yeah, we are on that Farside Crater. Oh, it's technically not signaled, but it would bounce either way. Okay. So there we are. We've landed on the moon. That's a cool milestone, a cool mission to complete. And if we go back, it should unlock some other missions for us to do with the moon and powered I'm sorry, and a manned landing. Again, I've never played through the SETI manned before. I'm sorry, unmanned before manned missions, but I'm assuming it's going to SETI. It's going to a Minmus landing of a probe. We can send the same type of thing. We'll take that. Manned moon orbit. Moon landing. All. Manned Kerbin landing. Manned orbit for 20. Oh, so I have to test life support first. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do a hard save, a quick save, because I'm gonna go in and demolish Mersby's wreck. Mersby's Hulk. Terminate. You sure? Yes, terminate. Really? There's debris? Oh, yeah, from the rescue. Terminate. Terminate. And then this one here. Yeah, because that was sending us to the moon. Terminate. Terminate. And now active. Manned orbit. Crap. So for some reason it was happy while Mersby's thingy was there. Let's see what it says now. Yeah, there's no countdown anymore. That's kind of annoying, because that ship's already there. Okay, well, that's okay, because I made that that quick save there because of this, because I had a feeling it wasn't going to cooperate. That was quick save 20. Yes, yes. So we'll leave Mersby's Hulk up there, and let it run, and hopefully that should satisfy things, right? Because active manned orbit. Yeah, it's still counting down. Okay, so at this point, we're gonna get it down. We're gonna, well, you know what? That'll be next episode. We'll run the clock out and then bring Valentina home. Yeah, well, we could get rid of these guys and the debris because they're just annoying and obnoxious there. Yeah, so we'll keep Mersby's Hulk in orbit, and then we'll bring back Valentina later on. That'll be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, pass the word. I will catch you later.